We're at our garage where we'll be driving the 2017 Ford Fusion Hybrid. For those interested in more performance, we have the basic Ford Fusion with the 2-liter EcoBoost engine that we tested a few weeks before this. It was the expensive Platinum Edition, over $40,000, with the EcoBoost 2-liter engine and all-wheel drive. We'll have a link for this test at the end of the Fusion Hybrid video. This brings us back to the hybrid version of the Fusion. If you watch my videos, I'm usually not a fan of hybrid vehicles in general. I find the cost effectiveness isn't always that great. But in this case, I do like this hybrid for a number of reasons. For starters, it's pretty much the same car on the outside, which I think looks very nice with this metallic burgundy paint. Number two, since it's pretty much the same car on the outside as the standard Fusion, it's pretty much the same on the inside as far as room goes, which goes for the second row seating as well. Third, since we're looking at a medium-sized sedan, it has the same excellent driving characteristics of a medium-sized sedan, although a bit different from the non-hybrid. We'll explain the differences later on in the video. Fourth, the price is certainly right. The base Fusion with the 4-cylinder gas engine runs around $23,000, the hybrid version around $26,000. $3,000 for the extra cost of the hybrids, fairly reasonable, considering the fuel economy, which we'll discuss next. The fuel economy of the non-hybrid car with the 4-cylinder engine by itself runs around 25 mpg combined, puts out 175 horsepower. This hybrid system puts out 188 horsepower total and rated at 42 mpg overall, specifically 43 in the city and 41 on the highway. We'll be verifying that with our real road tests coming up real soon. When this vehicle was delivered, it showed 39.5 mpg from the previous drivers. I've been driving in the city a whopping 12 miles, and so far 35.5. We'll be doing a highway test in about an hour, and we'll see how that works out. There is one disadvantage the hybrid Fusion has over the non-hybrid Fusion, and that's in the trunk space. You've got a battery under here, which reduces capacity from 16 cubic feet to 12 cubic feet. Plus, there's no spare tire under here, just a little tire repair kit, so you don't want to get a flat. If it was my car, I'd go down to the dealer and get a spare tire and a jack in here. Get a flat on a long trip, you'll appreciate it. The other Fusion we had was loaded up with about everything and had a price tag way over $40,000. I like this one because it wasn't loaded up with all the navigation and stuff like that. It was around $34,000 with options. And that gave me a radio with real knobs, like so. Turn for the volume, turn for the tuning. This is what we need on a car. We don't need anything else. Knobs work best. So I was a very happy camper. Don't need navigation anyway. And down here, very simple to use shift knob. Decent sized glove box. By the way, if you watch my videos, you know we always test the car's headlights in the dark, but we did that with the other Ford Fusion. So you can see the results of that test on the other Fusion video. Enough about the specs, we're going to start driving this. Just a note, usually a hybrid vehicle adds around 500 pounds to its overall weight because of all the batteries and things like that. Ford tells me the hybrid system on this Fusion only adds 200 pounds. I find that hard to believe, but hey, they said it's true, so I'll take their word for it. The question is, how will all this battery weight affect ride and handling? And we'll find out right now. To start with, the power steering system on this Fusion is excellent. Very responsive, good feedback and feel. Considering it's electric, or so I'm told, I'm very impressed. No complaints here. On the speed bump test, I found the hybrid Fusion to be smoother riding than the non-hybrid Fusion. I don't know why, but that's just the way it is. We're doing 25 miles per hour. Here comes the second speed bump. I can hear it, but I'm not feeling it. And here comes the big bump. Very smooth. With the softer ride, we do lose some crisp handling ability. And with the weight of the batteries in the back, handling's a little bit strange when things get going brisk. But overall, the handling is more than adequate for any regular driving situation. I don't think anyone's going to complain. I'm going pretty quick and I haven't spun the car out yet. With 188 horsepower pulling an as-tested weight of around 3,800 pounds, the 0 to 60 time on this vehicle isn't that quick. If you can break 9 seconds, you're doing good. We do get great brakes, by the way. But even though the 0 to 60 time is rather slow, don't be fooled, because in daily traffic, the hybrid system puts out a lot of torque with the batteries. And under 20 to 30 miles per hour, it drives just fine. There's lots of response and pickup. It's only when passing at highway speeds do you wish for more power, but you know, how often do you do that? This is our second fuel economy evaluation. We'll be taking a highway trip, approximately 130 miles, going slightly uphill. By the way, this vehicle is a very nice highway cruiser. Smooth, quiet, comfortable. Not affected by crosswinds at all. Here's the result of our first highway trip, 118 miles, 38.8 mpg. There will be more on the way. This is our second highway trip to check the fuel economy. Actually, our return trip. The slight downgrade. And we'll see what mileage we get. I'm pretty sure we'll hit 40 mpg, but you never know. Okay, 38.8 on the first trip up, 40.1 on the trip coming down. I guess we could add it up and divide by 2 to get the average, but there's not that much difference. Here's our last fuel economy test. We're doing 65.5 miles, 36.7 mpg. Most of this was in stop-and-go city driving. About 20% freeway. I told you at the beginning of this video I'm not a fan of hybrid cars in general. In this particular case, I do like this Ford Fusion hybrid. It offers all the advantages of a hybrid, as in excellent fuel economy, all the advantages of a nice, comfortable mid-sized car, without any of the disadvantages. Well, aside from trunk space. And while the price was $35,000, by eliminating a lot of options like radar cruise control and other things we don't need, we could get the price down to around $27,000 sticker, and with discounts, maybe 24, 25 grand. That's a lot less than the Toyota Prius. This is a lot more comfortable to drive. Thumbs up for me. If you'd like to see the other version of the Ford Fusion with the powerful EcoBoost 325 horsepower engine, just click on here.